Hey man, I hope you're doing well today. I wanted to film this video because I want you to understand something about love and relationships that has massively helped me improve my life, improve myself, grow as a person, and also, well, sorry, the Jack Johnson CD. My mom borrowed my car again. Also, I had a little bicycle accident today, so that's why my hand looks a little rough, but it's nothing major. So, this has massively helped me improve myself, improve my life, develop as a person, and also it has massively helped me be in a 5-year relationship, and not just be in that relationship, but thrive in that relationship with my girl. Firstly, I want to talk about something that we need to talk about here, I feel like, which is so many men, especially on YouTube and social media nowadays, talk about all women are hoes and all women are this, and women will screw up your life and they will take your money and they will divorce you and all this stuff. And I will not say that these women don't exist, because they definitely do. What I will say though is the men who talk about stuff like this either do it for reasons to make their audience, who maybe was with such a woman, make them feel understood and therefore gain their trust, right? And gain their fandom. Or they talk about this because that's the only experience they have made, which then in that case would mean that they are a man who's equally hurt as this type of woman is. Because at the end of the day, if you attract such a woman, you are the equal opposite to that woman, meaning you're also hurt, right? We always attract who we are. We always attract what we are. But I'm not someone who talks about negative stuff a lot, to be honest, and I don't want to talk about something negative and get a few views for that. I want to teach you something. I want to leave you with something valuable here. So, I recently read a book, which for a long time I thought was a very surface level book. But recently a mentor of mine recommended that book to me, and I was kind of surprised by that, but I've still read the book. And, you know, sometimes you read something or you hear something or you just, hear something from another person, right? Or see something in a movie or something like that. Through some external influence, you get something where you're like, that is exactly my experience. I just wasn't able to put it into words yet. That was the case with this book. The book's titled Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Like I said, I thought this was a surface level book. It's not. Especially one of the chapters in this book is not, and that's the chapter on sexual transmutation, which means taking sexual energy and using that energy that you get through your sex drive and through your desire for love and using it for something else. Now the thing is this, with this whole chapter, it's all very interesting, right? But the most interesting thing in that chapter for me was this. He said that there are mind stimuli, meaning there are things that stimulate our minds in a certain way to make us more creative, more productive, more inspired, and give us a drive for action, a drive for execution. Now, what do you think the number 1 and number 2 of those mind stimuli are? The mind stimuli that inspire us the most, drive us the most, are number 1, our sex drive, and number 2, love. And what he also says in that book is when we combine those with the energy of romance or the emotion of romance, then it becomes extremely powerful. How do we do that? We become someone who attracts a partner who gives us these energies, these emotions, sex drive, the love, and the romance, right? And this is not just something he made up. He actually studied this stuff. He studied Napoleon Hill. He studied just extremely successful, wealthy people, mostly men, because the book was written a while ago, right? So most successful people back then were men. And what he found is pretty much all of these men had a loving partner, were in a loving relationship, and all of them attributed a big part of their success to the inspiration they get from their woman. And that's exactly the experience that I've made. And I mean, I'm 22. Still, I'm in a 5-year, soon to be 5.5-year relationship. And I've even talked about this in past videos. I just couldn't put it into words as well as Napoleon Hill did, which isn't a surprise. The guy had a lot more life experience when he wrote that book than I have right now. And well, why is that, right? Why are our sex drive and love, the emotions of sex drive and the emotion of love, our most important or most stimulating, mind stimuli, things that make us most creative and most inspired and honestly just force us to take action? Well, if you look at a castrated bull, that's why. What happens to a castrated bull? He becomes... what's the right word? I don't even know. Maybe futile? I'm not sure if that's the right word. I'm German, so sometimes my English isn't perfect, but I think you still get the point, even though I can't think of the exact right word right now. I think you still get the exact point. A bull that's not castrated is full with energy. Same with a man who has a high sex drive and who also experiences love and romance in his life, right? It fuels us, and I've talked about other reasons why that is in the past, right? The support we get from a loving partner, the peace that the masculine energy in us gets from the feminine energy in our partner. All this stuff just helps us perform better in life and reach the goals that we actually want to reach, and even just literally strive for those goals and believe that we can achieve those goals. I just realized that I actually forgot to mention something during that video, and that is, there's a very good example of an athlete who used his woman as an inspiration to push through everything, to be honest. Like, this athlete was a weightlifter, and he actually won the clean and jerk competition in the 2008 Olympics. He won the gold medal. His name is Matthias Steiner. He's a German guy, like me. And his wife died in a car accident around a year before the competition, before the Olympics. And in that competition, he lifted 10 kilograms more than he had ever lifted before, which is huge. It's honestly insane to lift more in a competition than you've ever lifted before. And he didn't do that for himself, he did that for his dead wife. That shows you the power, the inspiration that we can get from a partner. It's a very, very good example, and honestly, every time I see this video, like, sometimes it just pops into my head to watch this video of him lifting that weight again, and how he celebrates is crazy. There's this huge guy, like huge man, and just jumps around like a little boy because he won that competition. It's so inspiring. And I just wanted to mention that as well, because I think it very well shows how inspiring a woman, a partner can be for a man's success. Now, a few more important things that I need to mention here. Firstly, Napoleon Hill also says that some men that he studied, they became wealthy, they got the success they wanted, and then they left their woman. And they left for a more beautiful woman, or for more women, or for something like that, right? They just kind of got distracted. And what happened in the majority of the cases is something that you can already imagine, right? Their success crumbled. And not only their success, but themselves. They themselves crumbled. And of course, I don't want to say, I have to say this here, I don't want to say that we need a partner, we need a woman, or we need a man by our side who supports us and who, helps us be successful. No, we can be successful if we don't have that, and our success certainly doesn't depend on being in a relationship. But if we're already in a relationship, or we want to be in a relationship, well, then we should certainly use this power that has been given to us. And also, if we're in a relationship where we're not happy, where we're not thriving in the relationship, then we should learn how we can thrive in that relationship and try to do that, or break up with that partner and move on to a different partner. But before we do that, we should try. That's something I very much want to emphasize here. If you're in a relationship where you're not happy, look at yourself and look at yourself and really dissect what you do for the relationship, and whether, and you have to be very honest with yourself here, whether you deserve a great relationship right now, whether you are a good enough lover to have the relationship you desire. Because the truth is, I wasn't for a long time, and obviously I'm still not. Or not, I'm not still not, I wouldn't even say that, because again, I'm very happy with my relationship. But of course, there's things that I still want to strive to, right? So, yeah, I think you get what I mean. And then also, something that Napoleon Hill mentioned is overindulgence in sex, in love, in romance, leads to the exact same thing as overindulgence in other mind stimuli, which includes narcotics. He says that there's other mind stimuli, like, for example, alcohol or marijuana, right? We know this, the guy who smokes weed and says, oh, it makes me so creative, bro. That is true to a certain point and for certain people, right? Doesn't work for everyone. I'm someone, I've never even smoked a cigarette in my life. I don't think it's healthy to do that. I grew up in rural Germany, meaning I did drink a lot of alcohol when I was younger. I don't drink anymore, not at all, because I just don't see the purpose of it, to be honest. And sure, younger it was fun, all that stuff, right? But I've moved on. I've grown up a bit, right? Just my values, to be honest. The thing is, there's other mind stimuli as well, and when we overindulge in those, whether it's alcohol or weed or any other narcotic or something like that, right? What happens is our minds get corrupted. The exact same thing is true with sex. The exact same thing is true with love. If we just overindulge in those things, I think that's the best word that I can use for this whole stuff. If we overindulge, whatever that may mean for you, right? That depends on your situation. I can't tell you what overindulging is for your situation. But whenever we do that, that whole gift that has been given to us, this stimulating of our mind that makes us creative and makes us want to take action, makes us want to do stuff, that inspires us, gets corrupted and gets lost. Just something to take note of here. Just because of your sex drive and your emotion of love inspiring you, that doesn't mean that more of it is better. You still need to control yourself. You still need to be disciplined. Now, if you want to learn more about all this stuff, because I know this might sound a bit confusing, this stuff, right? If you want to learn more about this, I teach more about this in our community. So if you're interested in that, you want to learn more about how we as men can improve our relationships, then I encourage you to join that community. It's free. And the sooner you join, the more chance you have to get advice from me directly. Because I'll be honest, the community is growing very quickly right now. And right now I'm still replying to every single comment. That might not be the case though in the future, because it will maybe just get too big for me to reply to everyone, right? So if you're interested, link is in the description. Perfect timing. I'm at my destination. Yeah, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one. I hope you learned something. I wish you all the best. And I'll see you soon. Bye.